And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
Yes, sir. What's poppin', fam? How is everybody? It is Monday, December 8th at 9:26 a.m. on this glorious, crispy-ass Austin morning. It's cold out here. Didn't sign up for this, but whatever. How we doing, guys? Everyone good? Great, grand, wonderful. Had a nice little weekend. There's nothing better than when my son has a travel ball tournament in the day and he plays well, and then I have a big UFC pay-per-view at night. That is pure heaven for your boy. That is the perfect Saturday for your boy. There's nothing better. T played on like a hybrid team, majors and AAA. It was like a hybrid of them. It was just for this Grinch tournament. It's the last tournament of the year. The parents have to want to do it, so the parents cover it, not the organization we're in. So it's fun, man. The kids got to wear Grinch socks, and some teams even had Grinch jerseys, which is lit, which hopefully we have them next year. T pitched. He gave up one hit, and it was an error on the first baseman. Should have been a no-hitter. Gave up one hit. Should have been 0. He pitched 3 innings, struck out 6, gave up 1 hit, but it was an error. So in my book, that's a no-hitter. But the kid's cooking, man. There's nothing better. When he does well, the team does well, and you have a UFC at night, buddy, that is heaven for a dad. There's nothing better. And your boy is fresh off the plane from a little get-together in Franklin, Tennessee. Ever heard of it, Chin?
Nope.
Me neither. Franklin, Tennessee was where Tucker Carlson had his annual Christmas party. I've been invited probably twice. You guys know me well enough by now. I don't go anywhere really these days. This one I couldn't turn down. My boys were there. Dave from Diesel Brothers. So they were going, and I was a little, I'm close with them. So I was like, all right, if they're going, at least I know someone is a cowboy-themed party, even though Theo in that picture was just like, I wear what I want. That's Theo. But it was a cowboy-themed party. People are like, oh, you moved to Texas, now you're always wearing a cowboy hat? Nah, bitch. Nah, dumbass. It's a cowboy-themed party. I had about an hour and a half to get ready for this thing to figure it out. I got literally on a day's notice. Not even that, hour's notice. I had 2 hours to make the plane that they sent me. And cowboy themed party. Your boy's from Denver. I'm a city boy, so I'm a city slicker. So I called my wife. I'm like, it's cowboy themed party. See what I got in there. That is her cowboy hat. That's my wife's cowboy hat.
Wow.
She had me wearing a bolo tie. I have nice boots. They're YSL boots, but they look like cowboy boots, so those work. You would have fit right in this party, Jim, with your cowboy attire. But my wifey had me with a bolo tie. And I'm sitting on the plane, and I'm like, I look ridiculous. So I took the bolo tie off, and it worked. And I was getting anxiety because I'm like, oh, I'm going to be the freaking weirdo here. These people are so famous. What am I going to do? I don't know anybody. And then I walk in, and it's like, if I go to heaven, it's probably going to look like this because all my friends were there.
That's awesome.
Theo was there. As soon as I walked in, me and Theo just freaking hugged like it was Jenny and Forrest Gump. We just shut down the whole party, me and him. I spent all night with Theo. It was just me and him just clowning people. He's so stupid. Some of the shit he was saying. Dude, him and Candace Owens, they're basically neighbors. So he's Uncle Theo's a lot of kids' uncles. That's Uncle Theo. So my kids call him Uncle Theo. Mm-hmm. Candace Owens, kids call him Uncle Theo. Theo's the best uncle. He's so much fun. He's so silly. My kids love Theo, right? Rogan's daughters love Theo. He's Uncle Theo to so many people, dude. And me and Candace were just shooting the shit, just talking shit, dude. And we started talking about Cash Patel, and I go, I just don't trust a guy with his eyes. And Theo goes, yeah, Cash Patel, FBI. And dude, we were fucking, it was so stupid. He's so stupid. This is what's great about Theo. He's the same guy, whether it's Donald Trump, Candace Owens, or just some regular dude at 7-Eleven. He's just ripping these fucking jokes. Some of the stuff I want to tell you guys I can't say. I'll tell you off air, Jen. And Callan too. I'm sure we'll get to it on Fire Kid. Buddy, I was fucking rolling, man. And then you'll love this, Jen. So me and Theo are chatting, catching up, right? And then Jelly Roll walks in.
Hell yeah.
And the whole party, you know, Jelly Roll's bigger than God right now.
Yep.
Jelly Roll walks in, and it's the who's who. I'm by far the biggest piece of shit there. I'm nobody, right? Jelly Roll walks in, and the whole party flocks to him. And me and Jelly haven't seen each other. He doesn't have a cell phone, so there's no communication between him. Me and Jelly, people don't realize how far back Jelly and I go. I was with Jelly before he was famous, all this shit. He loves
you, I know, yeah.
Yeah, me and Jelly love the fuck of each other. We've both done a lot for each other. So Jelly's like talking Tucker and all these people, and I'm talking to Theo, and in the middle of like this whole dance floor, all this chaos, he goes in front of him, motherfucking Brendan Schaub. And dude, again, Jenny and fucking Forrest Gump, boom, and he's so skinny right now.
I know, dude.
I'm like, what the fuck you doing, dude? I said, you can get skinny. You can get in shape. Don't get skinny on me, dude. Yep. Don't do this. So it's me, Theo, and Jelly for most of the night. Candace Owens. That's awesome. Oh, dude, I had such a good time. And then it's because you know how it is when you have your new. It's you know what it is. It's like when you go to college, right? And you make your new friends, and then your high school friends who you're close with come to the same party, and you're like trying to manage both groups because Theo, Jelly, bring them, right? Those are my boys here. Those are my guys forever. And then both Daves, the Diesel brothers, Whistling Diesel, Hans, like those are my guys too. So I was like trying to balance that dynamic. It was just so damn fun. I told Theo, I said, you made my night, brother. It was just like old times and just clowning people. I won't say who the celebrity is. You'll love him, Chin. But he, yeah. So that's so Cletus is awesome. So that's Dave Sparks, right? Dave Sparks. So so the Diesel brothers, both Dave. That's where. So there's Diesel Dave, which is a guy who looks like he works in a mine with a carbon fiber cowboy hat on, and Whistling Diesel makes that carbon fiber cowboy hat. I want one so bad, I got to order one. So Whistling Diesel's wearing the matte carbon fiber hat, and that thing's so dope. And then Diesel's wearing the shiny one. So there's two Daves. It's Dave Sparks and then Diesel Dave. Those are the Diesel brothers. And then Cletus McFarlane. I'm a fan. I haven't seen a bunch of Whistling Diesel stuff, but we're boys, right? And then Cletus, I love Cletus. Never met him, but I love his content, love everything he does, what he represents. Cletus is exactly who you think he is. He's such a good person, just a downer. He was so, you can tell he's just this country boy, gearhead. When he saw Candace Owens, he saw Tucker. He was like, oh man, do you think you could introduce me to Theo? I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, you're such a big deal. Yeah, Theo would be fucking stoked to meet you, man. And they saw Jelly, like, no way, I got to get a picture of Jelly. I'm like, oh, dude, you're so innocent. This is so dope, dude. Because in the truck gearhead world, those boys right there, I have no business being in that picture. Those four gentlemen right there are the Mount Rushmore right now of all that shit. They're the biggest in the land. And they're all such good fucking people, man. And then I stayed the night at Whistling Diesel's house. I didn't get a hotel. I stayed the night at Whistling Diesel's house. And God, you want to talk about just a beast, man. Just a grinder, man. That dude is super talented. All those boys are. All those boys are. What did Heavy Spark say? He said Tucker wanted horsepower, ended up settling for a TJ Maxx Pearl Snap shirt, an unintentional blackface. Because his boy Diesel Dave, he was like working on cars and came straight to the party, so he had shit all over his face. And we get to Whistling Diesel's house the end of the night, takes his hat off because it was like a shade, you know. And Dave goes, dude, get fucking shit all over your face. He's like, really? He's like, yeah, wipe your face off it. So that's why he goes unintentional blackface and your wife's hat. Yeah, that was my wife's hat. Oh, what's Whistling Diesel say here? Everyone in here has a name related to internal combustion to some extent. That's fucking great. Yeah, you know, it's tough to get me to go things. I'm like the grumpy old dude who doesn't do shit. But I had such a good time, man.
That's awesome that you went.
I had a great time. I just hate traveling.
And being away from the kids, I get it.
I hate everything and the kids. I miss Tigers pitching private, but I was back the next day. Didn't miss anything.
That's awesome though, man.
Oh, it was such a good time, Chin. You would have loved it.
I'm uncomfortable during those places too, but yeah.
I thought I was going to be too. I thought I was going to be too. I was getting anxiety with that stuff, but there's some MMA guys there. Bryce Mitchell, me and Bryce talked about. He had his kiddo there. Bryce was great. Bryce was there with his wifey and kiddo. Saw Kobe Covington was there. I'm surprised. Michael Chandler was in there. He's usually part of that group. It was just a good fucking. You would have loved it because like Big Rich was there. A lot of country artists were there. Big country artists were there. I won't say who it is.
I'd been too starstruck though.
I couldn't. The Diesel brothers laughing so hard because they're like, "Oh, that's." I won't say his name. I go, "Well, he's dressed like a vampire. He was dressed like Dracula, dude." I'm like, "What are you doing?" Bon Jovi was there.
What?
Mm-hmm. Then the usual suspects: Candace Owens.
Was Kid Rock there by chance?
Kid Rock, I did not see. No, he didn't go because I was literally there from. It was like 7:30 to probably 11:30, and then they shut the party down at 11:30. No, I didn't see Kid Rock, which is weird, right? He lives over there.
I would imagine that's his scene, yeah. But
Jelly lives where that place was in Franklin. Jelly lives like 8 minutes from there.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and Jelly's coming here on Wednesday. We'll see him on Wednesday.
For a show or just hanging out?
He's down to podcast. We just got to figure out what time. But I'll see him at Ways to Wales.
Hell yeah.
Ways
totally
to Wales.
down.
Yeah. But yeah, man, just a great, overall great freaking time with everybody. Great weekend. Kiddo balled out at his last trail ball game of this year, and then a big UFC pay-per-view at night. Buddy, your boy's doing well out here.
Oh yeah.
I'm so happy, man. I was so happy. Oops. And not only do you get, when you have pay-per-views, like, God, I hope it's good. This card was pretty lit, man. Again, I told you guys, I think this thing does less than 150,000 pay-per-view buys. You won't find out. I bet it did even worse than that. Because you can tell, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. It's no different than when I was on the road. If you see a comic on the road, and the day of their show, they're posting about it, that means it's not selling well. That usually means like they need some help, they need some promotion. Did you see the UFC posted a picture of Theo and say, UFC 323 here early, get your pay-per-view now? I'm like, oh, this thing's not selling. Oh. They never do that. There's nothing wrong with that. You're trying to get fucking views, dude. You're trying to get eyeballs. So they use Theo and we're like, hey, look who's here at 323. Make sure you order it now. I'm like, oh, this isn't selling well. So there's some, red flags. But the UFC, they're moving on. That's what you get. But the card was just, it was fantastic. Some weird shit, right? Some weird shit. The Pantoja and Joshua Van. That was the fight I thought was going to be the best fight on the card. Just how aggressive Pantoja is, how aggressive Joshua Van is. I just want to see the dynamics of that fight. Styles makes fights, and that's such a stylistic, perfect fight. And those guys are so talented and aggressive and cardio. And Joshua Van striking against Pantoja, and how would he deal with the grappling? And we didn't get any of that.
I know, it's a bummer.
Now, if you watch the post-fight press conference, they kept saying Pantoja dislocated his shoulder.
Yeah, I have that all over here too.
Buddy. And maybe I just don't know how the game works these days, or how the body works. Was that not a fucking blown out elbow?
I mean, here it is. Boom. You could see it just completely coming out. And then, hold on. This is Joe Rogan's, everyone's reaction to it when Megan O'Leary said it was a shoulder.
You were saying shoulder. You mean elbow? I was told a dislocated shoulder.
It looked like his elbow.
No,
it's
his
elbow.
Something happened to the elbow.
For sure, the elbow.
Just giving you the exact wording
crazy.
from our chief medical physician. Yes, it was. I was told it was his left shoulder
Joe,
that was dislocated and then went back into his own. Just letting you know that was the word that I was given.
It doesn't even make sense. You saw his elbow literally leave the joint.
Well, maybe something with the shoulder.
I never saw it.
Certainly, there's something on that elbow.
I never watched it. You guys are watching.
They're like, clearly there's some issue with the elbow as well. Here's the good news, is if it is dislocated, because I told because I watched it with my mother and father-in-law, right? They like UFC more than I do probably. But I was like, they're like, oh, it's DC was like, oh, it's a dislocated elbow. I'm like, buddy, I've seen that thing shattered in multiple places.
Oh.
He's going to be out at least a year. At least a year. Now that we find out if it's a dislocated elbow, shoulder, that's 4 to 5 months, 4 to 6 months. Some peptides, some other shit. You're not out that long. So if you're a Pantoja fan, which I am, and you want to see that fight again and pretty fast, you're hoping for dislocation. Dislocation, we're cooking. Meaning it's not the end of his career. It's not going to affect him too much. If that thing shattered like it appeared to be and you need plates and screws, yeah, dude, its career is basically over. But it sounds like it's a dislocation. All right, fam, let's take a little break here, just chatting about the Real Housewives of the UFC. Listen, if you want to find the perfect buzz without the hangover, I'd like to tell you about Breeze, spelled B-R-E-Z, an incredible functional beverage company revolutionizing how we drink. Their line of feel-good tonics are the perfect alcohol alternatives with an effect you'll actually feel. They use a small amount of THC, CBD, and functional mushrooms to create a fun effect without the traditional drowsiness and downsides of alcohol. And no, these aren't like your typical edible. You'll fill each blend within 10 minutes, and the effect will last about hour and a half, similar to a cocktail. It's mellow enough for your moms to try, but stackable if you're trying to dial it up, fam. They'll ship all across the United States, so head to feelthebreeze, BREZ.com/Schaub. Use the code Schaub, SCHAUB, for a $5 credit and free shipping on your first order.
Consult with a physician before use if you are pregnant, nursing, or have any known suspected allergies or medical conditions, or taking any medication. FDA has not evaluated these products for safety or efficacy. Products are intended for 21 and over.
That one bummed me out because that was the fight I was looking forward to most. The MMA audience isn't going to give Joshua Van shit. It's just what we do, what you guys do. To guys that win like this, if you think Aljo, if you think Chris Weidman, Anderson Silva, which, they have no control over these freak accidents. With Joshua Van, he's going to get shit for celebrating the way he did. But before you give him shit, remember, he's the second youngest champion ever. He comes from a war-torn country. His whole goal in all this ascendance to greatness is to buy his mom a house. This gets that done no matter how it went down. So I think that's why, like, the coach put him on his shoulders. Even I was like, oh, Bubba, there's a way to deal with this where you can win over the fans. If he would have gotten the mic, like, this isn't how I picture myself winning. I'll take it. We're stoked because regardless, mission complete. But as soon as he's ready to go, he will be you tell me when you're ready to go. I didn't technically beat him, but I will take this. There's a way to handle it where you're going to get some shit no matter what. It's just the world we live in. But you don't want the onslaught. So Joshua Van has to tread a little lightly because that fight, we didn't see anything. So he just has to tread lightly there, but it's not his fault. Not his fault. Either way, he'll fight before Pantoja, whether it's dislocation or if it is splintered in multiple places and has to have major surgery. Either way, you're going to see Joshua Van fight before that. If it's up to me, it's Horiguchi. It's Horiguchi, not Tatsuyoro, Horiguchi's a little more accomplished, does more for Joshua Van's career. Let's talk about the main event and I'll break down the other stuff. So, I watched it Saturday Night Live. I'm like, okay. And my overall takeaway was, and I still believe this, even with the biased commentary. Now, let me say this. No one's more biased than me when it comes to fighters. I'm super biased. Like, you'll see, like, people are like, oh, your picks are terrible. I agree. Because I either have a connection to them or I have some connection to them, so I'm going to be biased. I've always stated that. How long have we been doing the show? 10 years? I'm biased as fuck. So don't listen to my picks. Because I'm not breaking it down and making sure you guys win your bets. I'm doing it off people that I like or know or have a connection to. So I always come up with a narrative for them to win and how they can win. That's what I do. The commentating team also has bias. There's nothing wrong with that. Even in the NFL, MLB, there's bias. It's just how it goes. It's human nature. The commentating team had a bias towards Merab, especially when it comes to DC. Like, they were showing Adam Martin, some people that know their shit in the space. After 2 rounds, it was like, oh, this is 2-0 for Jan. This is easy 2-0. And DC's like, what? I don't agree with those. Merab this, Merab that. I'm like, man, am I just not watching the same fucking fight? I don't know who needs to hear this. That fight wasn't close. Yeah, but look at the CompuStrike numbers. Shut the fuck. That fight was not. That was a blowout, dude. Jan beat the shit out of Merab. That fight wasn't remotely close. That should have been 50-45 across the board. If you just absolutely love Merab and want to find some kind of round to give him, maybe the 3rd or 2nd, that's being generous. He beat the shit out of Merab. Remember how they judge a fight. It's based, number one thing they're looking for is damage, significant damage. Not the CompuStrike, not all that shit, not takedown defense. None of that shit really matters. The number one thing that dictates a fight, as it should, is significant damage done. He fucked Merab up with the body shots, the kicks to the body, landing the right hands, and this all starts from his jab. Now, if on Friday you go, hey, Merab's going to stand for the most part, I would have said, oh, he's going to get fucked up. Because what makes Merab super special is his cardio and his grappling. His striking is at a 2-stripe white belt, blue belt level as far as world class. A lot of people get it twisted and go, Merab's world class. Yes, and he has the biggest tool in the game with his cardio. It's the biggest tool. It's the biggest weapon in all of pro sports, his cardio. But that doesn't mean that he's world class in everything. His striking is nowhere. I don't know who needs to fucking hear this. His striking is nowhere near elite. It's not. Jan grew up striking. Jan has striked longer than Merab has probably wrestled. Striking is what Jan does. So if you told me going into it, Merab's gonna see how he fares on the feet, I went, oh, he's fucked, dude. That's not a good idea. That's not a good game plan. And one thing that should be noted is Merab said to Dana, tried making it entertaining, tried making it fun for you. Oh, buddy. If on Friday his coach or manager goes, yeah, Merab's good, he just wants to make this entertaining for the fans, I went, oh, he's going to lose. No, he has to shoot relentlessly nonstop. And Merab learned the hard way. That first round, he was like, yeah, I'm a striker too. Because again, the Bo Nichols shit, these guys fall in love with their striking and knocking people out and get away from what got them to the fucking dance in the first place. No, I'm a striker. I want to make it entertaining. That's what fans in Dana White wants. Bam! No, you're not. And it also, elite strikers, for the most part, elite strikers build off the jab. So if you're watching a fight and there's an elite striker and there's a guy he's good, but he's not an elite world-class striker, you'll notice they're not really using their jab too much because they just don't know. It's not their cup of tea. They're trying to land big shots and they're only throwing one-shot power and aiming for the head. They might go to the body, but for the most part, they're just head hunting. An elite striker is making investments with their jab. They're setting everything up off their jab. Everything starts with a jab, sometimes finishes with the jab. That first round, when Peter Yan was landing that jab nonstop, I went, oh, fuck, Merab so fucked, dude. And then notice the right hand starts to land. The body starts to land. It's all about the jab at a high level. The best strikers in the world have the best jab. They know how to set it up. Everything starts with a jab. Defensively, it's with the jab. Merab's just nowhere near that fucking level. Not even close. This was a complete one-sided victory for Piotr Yan. He beat the shit out of him. This thing ain't close. I also would like to when they say significant strikes, that whole thing's just so shitty. It just doesn't make sense. Also, I'd like to see what they qualify as a takedown. Because like Merab shot 29 takedowns. In what fucking world? I didn't see 29 legit shots. Like anything that's even remotely close or resembles a takedown, they scored as takedown because they don't know what the fuck they're watching. Piron's takedown defense was fantastic. He took Merab down. I think it's a combo of two things. I think, first of all, we got to give Jan his flowers, because when a champion loses his belt, they usually get an immediate rematch, and sometimes those guys get the belt back and then they lose it the following time. That's typically how this goes. For Peter Yan to lose his belt damn near over 4 years ago, and remember, not only did he lose it, he got pretty molly. So he had the mistake with Aljo, right? And then gets mollywopped by Merab. And he goes, I didn't even have a right hand. I was injured. I think we need to listen to these guys a little more when they say they're injured, especially at that level. People are like, oh, bullshit, you just got beat. At that level, we should probably take it into consideration. Tom Aspinall, when they say they're fucking injured, they're probably injured. These guys aren't looking for a way out. But what makes what Jan did special is over the course of almost 5 years, he got better with one mission, one goal in mind, and that's to beat Merab. So you can tell, and this is very similar, different, but hear me out here. The similarities is what Holly Holm did against Ronda Rousey. So Holly Holm's number one goal is to beat Ronda Rousey. She was the king of the division. She was the face of the UFC. So in her training camps, even though her fights weren't Ronda Rousey, she still prepared to fight Ronda. That makes sense. So the way she set up her kicks, which ultimately ended up knocking Ronda out, her takedown defense, all that was done in the hopes of beating one opponent, and that's Ronda Rousey. For Jan, it's the same thing. He loses, right? Goes on to a 3-fight losing streak, I think, but then he wins 4. In those wins, you can tell and kudos to his team, his coaching staff, dude, for them to put this together. In those wins, since he lost to Merab, the goal was to get back to a title shot and beat fucking Merab. So you can tell that in training camp, he's focused on Song Yadong, he's focused on Figueiredo, he's focused on McGee, but we have the tools where we can beat them already. We're adding a few wrinkles that are going to make fighting Merab a nightmare. We're adding a few wrinkles. We're working on this certain things that we know that we can use in the current opponent that we're fighting. But the overall goal is when we do get there, and we're going to get there, is this will definitely work on Merab. It's exactly what Holly did to beat Ronda. So for this dude to lose in March of 2023 and then come back at the end of 2025 and become world champion and not just beat him, but I mean, convincingly beat the shit out of Merab is so insane, dude. It's so impressive. It's so goddamn impressive. So I think to tie this all together, this is a case of Jan focusing on Merab getting better and he's full health. And last time they fought, he didn't have a right hand, but really focusing and breaking down what Merab does and how to beat that. There's that. Also, Merab's 35. And this would be the 5th fight in damn near a calendar year, the 4th fight in a calendar year, but he's fought a ton. 35 is tough on him. And he's 35 years old. It's tough, man. So I think Merab, which kudos to him, flowers to him, he's trying to capitalize. Him and his team know that from, the last Peter Yan fight or the Jose Aldo fight, over the course of time, he's not getting better. Matter of fact, he's slowing down a tad. And when your thing is cardio and grappling, and at 135 especially, this ain't heavyweights, at 35 especially, when you start slowing down is when you can get in trouble. There's no way to prevent that slowdown. There's nothing you can do, but what you can do is realize that you might be slowing down just a notch. Now, Merab's at 11, so Merab at a 9, still pretty fucking good. But Merab knows next year he's at an 8. The following year, he's at a 7. So that's why Merab and his team's brilliant about this, going, let's get this work in while we're at a 9. Let's fucking crank these out, stack our fucking money, and get as many title defensives as we can before Father Time goes, that's enough. That's what he's doing. Alex Pereira, same way. He knows he's older. They know. Let's get this in because this doesn't get better. If anything, it slows down. So I think Peter Yan was focused on Merab. Merab knew he had to get these title shots in, and he slowed down just a tad, and Merab, at his full capabilities, beat the shit out of him. Now, this is good for the division. This is good for the division because it opens it up now, because before it's like, what the fuck are we going to do? Merab just beats the shit out. He's beat everybody. And remember, I told you, if I'm Merab, I either retire or I look for a fight with Volkanovski. What do you do with him? He's beat everybody. Not anymore. Now it's a different story. Now, if I had to bet, which I'm a betting man, but if I had to bet, now what you're going to get on the White House card is Russia versus USA. You get Peter Yan versus Sugar Sean O'Malley. And Sugar beat him. So there's a story there. And you have America versus Russia. Take my fucking money. That's the next fight you're going to get. That's what you're going to get on the White House card. Because if you're Sugar, he's never beaten Merab. It's just not happening. If you're Umar, probably not. So these other guys, Corey Sandhagen, not happening. But now the little story changed a little bit, you know? So this opens the division up. It's actually sucks for Merab to say this, but it actually opens the division up. It's more exciting now. When you have one dominant champion, these lines just keep getting picked off, and you're like, all right, I guess he's just the guy. And so nobody else gets a shot, and you kind of fall out of love with that division. Now I'm like, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. 35 is fucking lit. What are they going to do? There's a lot of contenders, man. This is awesome. This is awesome. Tatsuro looked fantastic. I don't think he should get the next title shot. Brandon Moreno definitely slowed down. A lot of guys slow down here. You know, slow down. He's not washed, but he's slowed down. Peyton Talbot, my God, he looked good. He looked fucking great. Here's a buddy told me this. He's like, yeah, but he's gay with Frank Ocean. I don't give a flying fuck. He's one of my favorite fighters. Gay, not gay, whatever. I don't give a fuck about his personal life. I don't know why everybody does. Is he actually with Frank Ocean? Is that a thing?
It's just a rumor. It's just a rumor.
No one knows, right?
Yeah.
It's just bullshit.
For now, no, it's not confirmed.
Yeah. Let's take a little break here, boys. Then we'll jump right back into the episode. One touchdown can change everything. The crowd, the momentum, the game itself, it never gets old. I feel the same rush with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. My Broncos are balling. Bet on them. Missouri listeners, listen up. DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in the Show Me State. Here's the best part. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get 200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the code Schaub Show. That's code Schaub Show. Bet $5 and get 200 bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Dude, when he took Henry Cejudo down and looked at the camera and stuck his tongue out, I'm like, I love this kid. That's fucking dope. Hits hard. He's going to be a problem, man. Again, you beat the old lion, Henry Cejudo. There's no reason to jump into the top 5. Slow it down. Slow it down. Let's go for 14, 13, 12. Slow it down, Bubba. Unless you're getting paid like top 5, but slow it down. Don't fuck this up. Slow it down. Our boy Terrence McKinney had him, man. He's one of my faves.
It's so frustrating watching that too. He's so talented, but you could see how he's like slipping, you know? Like when he has him.
That's why he's always going to have a job for a long time, because it's all gas, no brakes. And he dies on the shield. It's so entertaining, and it's so tough to deal with, and that Chris Duncan dealt with it. He deserves it. But that's Terrence McKinney. That's why you love him. Because you know, like my father-in-law, mother-in-law, I'm like, you got to watch this. Like, well, I'm like, this guy's going to come out like a fucking banshee. He's either going to win in epic fashion or he's going to get stopped. I can guarantee you this does not go to the judges. Out of all the fights, I will guarantee this one does not go past the first round. It's like, really? I'm like, just watch. He just comes out like a fucking banshee, and I love it. I love it, man. Poor Marvin Vittori. Poor Edson Barboza. Great card overall, though, man.
Yeah.
You like that Peter Yan versus Sugar?
I do.
White House?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Joshua Van Horiguchi?
I like that too, but I do want Joshua to just rematch. But then Pantoja's out for a long time.
Yeah,
so.
even if it's dislocation, 6 months at least.
Yeah, Josh was telling the fans, like, people were there. Obviously, fans are critical. They're like, oh, you shouldn't be celebrating that win. He goes, fuck them. He just said straight up, fuck them.
Yeah, I like Joshua Van.
Yeah.
You got to tread lightly. Don't. Just tread lightly, young man. I get it, though. I get it, dude. You've literally changed your life by winning this fight. You did technically win, but you didn't. And that's going to piss a lot of fans off. So just tread lightly. There's a way to do it respectfully, but get yours, man. You earn it.
Yeah. But if you were Terrence, it's so frustrating watching, but if you were his coach or teammate, like when he was in positions, I don't know shit about MMA, right? I'm just a huge fan. But wasn't there times he could go for the choke even? Like like a lot of times. I was like, what the
It's just not what he does. Now, I'm with you. For Terrence, right? Because he's starching these guys, and Chris Duncan's he's gonna be a force. What he's doing will beat the new guys. Will beat the guys that don't have a ton of experience. Will beat the guys that are coming from the Dana White Contender Series and the new guys. He's going to starch those guys, and there's a way to make a living doing that, and he's doing it. But to your point, if his goal, I don't know what his goals are. I assume everybody in the UFC wants to be champion. If his goal is to be a top 15 guy, you've got to take it down a notch. You've got a game plan, and we can't just blitz and go. I love it, and it's entertaining, but there is a world where he loses next two doing that, and he gets cut doing that. Now, if again, it's to him, it's all gas, no brakes, and it's a sprint. I get that, but remember, Terrence, it's a marathon, not a sprint, and you're sprinting right now. And guys that sprint don't last that long. Even if you're a fan favorite, if you're losing 4 or 5 in a row, you're out of here, Bubba.
Yeah.
So if I'm his team, there's a way to control that chaos, which Terrence is chaos, controlled chaos. There's a way to control that and do it in spurts and then reset and maybe get a takedown, get some footwork in, circle. But you can do it in spurts. But if the goal is just to come out the gates all the time like this, you're going to be a 500 fighter, depending on the matchups they give you, and you're probably not going to be around that long. But I love watching it, and he's one of my faves, and he's been very successful doing it. But at a higher level, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's just not. They're going to use it against you. A la Murphy, Aaron Pico. Came out like a banshee, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They go, okay. And they use that aggression against you. So at a high level, that's not going to work.
Yep. The Pico one's a good example. Good comparison.
Damn. You got Chin.
All right. Okay, this is fascinating to me. This is crazy that Dominic Cruz wrote this after the Pantoja elbow injury.
I love Dom. He's one of the smartest guys in the game. He's such a fucking dog. So just to give Dom some credit here, Dom would have kept fighting. Dom has the Kobe Bryant mentality, that Ronda Rousey mentality, where TJ Dillashaw mentality, where you got to kill him. This tweet was bad. So this is from Dominic Cruz. He goes, I wish that Van versus Pantoja fight was allowed to keep going.
And he spells a lot.
It should be up to us as the fighter if we want to continue after that. Here's the thing, Dom. Pantoja waved off the fight.
Exactly.
The ref didn't. Pantoja did. Now, maybe he's not paying attention. Maybe, I don't know if he was working, doing the UFC breakdown, all that for ESPN. I don't know what he's doing. And bless me, thank you. And now maybe he didn't see Pantoja call it off. Pantoja's like, nah. If you see his face, he's like Pantoja goes around, he's all, oh shit. He's all, no. So he called it off. Now, Pantoja, if it happened and he got back and got up and was like this, I agree.
100%. Yeah.
But he was like, no, fam. No, this thing's done. I got one fucking arm. He put people dislocate their arms and put it back in place, keep fighting all the time and lose. TJ tried that a bunch of times, and if it's out, man. It's tough. He's just off on this one. Again, don't drag him over the coals too much is fucking Dominic Cruz.
People are dragging him. People are dragging him pretty hard.
Of course, but he probably didn't see that. He's probably working, but terrible take.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's go here. Dana White found out about the rumors of Katie Taylor versus Ronda Rousey.
I don't know. That's a terrible idea.
He just said that's complete bullshit, something like that. Yeah, that's total bullshit. I think he's saying that the rumors are bullshit, not like the fight's bullshit.
That's up to her. You know what I mean? I personally cannot say enough good things about Ronda Rousey. When she was going to the WWE, the WWE called me to ask. I said, I'm telling you right now, she'll be the greatest athlete you've ever worked with over there. I'm telling you, I can't say enough good things about her. She was great when she was here.
That's for
UFC
like
respond by
MMA.
calling the report total bullshit. Yeah, it doesn't make sense why Ronda would do that. It's like the number one thing that needs the most work in, and she's a lot older now, and she's not competitive. So the number one thing that got you out of the UFC, not only because, dude, you know what Katie Taylor would do to Holly Holm, who has a good boxing resume. Like, she would beat the shit out of Holly Holm right now. Holly's been current and active and kind of doing her thing. Ronda's been out for a hot second. So if I'm her team, I'd have to find out how much money it is. That's a different conversation. If it's $20-30 million, that's a different conversation. But let's say it's not life-changing money and Ronda has already a ton of money. The one thing that got you out of the UFC is striking, and now you're going to fight the best in the world in their category? That's an awful idea.
Agree. Okay, this is from the Logan Paul podcast, but it seems like this is recorded off the side, like not actually on camera, or it wasn't supposed to be on camera. And it's talking about Dylan Dennis suing the UFC. I'll let him talk.
Enjoy that.
I'm not suing Dylan. That's not you doing it? No, Nina is.
Oh, Nina's suing
Nina is,
Dylan.
yeah.
Oh,
Shit.
your wife.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Shit. Yeah.
But I would bet a lot of money that he is preparing to sue Madison Square Garden and the UFC.
Oh, he's gonna sue them?
Mm-hmm.
But why? Who's in the wrong there in that situation?
His argument would be that when he went to Madison Square Garden, he didn't expect to get jumped by 10 guys. If you notice, he's going through all the concussion protocol.
Now he can't fight.
He actually didn't show up to a deposition and blamed his concussion protocol.
Wow.
He pulled out of his fight, and so he's going to be able to claim damages if he has a real concussion. But he probably doesn't. But he's playing the game and is gonna very likely sue them and probably win.
What?
Yeah, I think yeah.
Wow.
That's a weird one.
Not sure how.
Yeah, because he could say like, "Hey, I came to the fight. I expect to be taken care of and not be put in harm's way." And you guys put me with the fucking Muslim Brotherhood where they jumped me, and no one was there to help me out, and I got damages from it. I missed my fights where I would have made this much. I missed this appearance. I did this. So yeah, they'll probably settle and pay him. It's a weird world, man.
Yeah. A lot of lawsuits going around.
Any help?
This is.
I think the rest of us go, well, hold on, Dylan. Why are they jumping you? Well, because you talked all that shit.
Yeah. Did you hear the rumor? What it was like? He showed. This is a rumor again too, but he was showing that AI video of Islam making out with Ali or whatever to the whole whatever brotherhood.
Yeah, that's where they jumping.
Yeah, that's the rumor. I don't know what to believe. All right, so this is Dana White just talking about Tom Aspinall.
Did interviews recently saying that his eye is not better. He was a little bit disappointed with some comments you made. Have you spoke to Tom? Do you know anything about that? And what's your reaction to what he said?
I have not. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I don't remember exactly what I said. What did I say? That is,
just said you think that
I think his eyes are okay. Yeah.
No.
Here's the thing. So obviously, and I know Tom said, I haven't even talked to him and all that stuff, but we have people all over him right now, checking up on him, making sure he's good. Does he need any help or, any specialists? Yeah, I'm no doctor. I'm just saying what I've heard. And that was in no way, it wasn't said in a way that they're like, oh, what do you think? I said, I think he's fine. Or it wasn't like that. I said, I think Tom's eyes are good. He's going to take some time, heal, come back to, that's all I said. I wasn't saying anything negative toward him. So, and I think that things can be taken out of context, or he didn't see what I said, because I don't even remember what the fuck I said. But never once did I say anything negative about him or, in a derogatory way.
You can pause it. I mean, his exact words were, he had Tom bloodied up, and Tom didn't want to continue.
Yeah, like he chose not to continue or something like that.
Yeah. That doesn't help. It just adds fuel to the fire. But to Dana, too, he's not meaning it. He just shoots from the hip, and then it builds this whole narrative, and people are like, oh, he doesn't like Tom, and blah, blah, blah. Bit of both. Yeah. He should just take accountability. Like, yeah, I was frustrated. I didn't know. Apparently his eye is fucked up. That's on me. That's my bet. If he just did that, I'm like, that's my bet. Yeah. His eye's super fucked up. We got the results back. Apparently his eye's super fucked up. It's Tom Aspinall. Of course he's not going to dip out. That's on me. My bet. Like, I was frustrated as you guys were. I didn't want the fight to end that way. I thought he could continue. I'm not a fighter, so I don't fucking know. I'm not a doctor either. I thought his eye was all right. Turns out it's really fucked up. That's my bet. That's it, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think for us as fans, it's kind of hard for us to put ourselves in Dana's position.
Yes.
Like building this whole event, and it's all about this one moment, and then just it's gone like that.
Yeah, you're like, fuck, dude. I feel like the guy could have continued. But if you just got him like, I felt like he continued. I didn't fight though. And then I talked to the doctors or the staff here, and they're saying his eye's really fucked up. My bad. Yeah. That's why I'm not a fighter. That guy's a total badass. That's my bet. Whenever he's ready, we'll book him. That's it. Shuts the whole narrative down. Let's take a little break here because this episode of the Schaub Show is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial genius, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and so much more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance now. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations. Progressive. Let's get back to the program.
But he was kind of emotional, so yeah. This is also him talking about Arman Tsarukyan. And let me know what your thoughts on this is.
Take a long runway for his I wouldn't say that he's the odd man out. He had an opportunity, and you guys know how that played out.
That's what I said.
He's gonna have to work his way back. I don't give a shit what the number says. He's gonna have to work his way back. It's just too much goes into this for those type of things to happen. We had a little. We were talking back in my room tonight, and we were talking about all the crazy shit that's happened over the last 20-something years. But you can't do that. You can't get the opportunity, and then it can't end that way. So he's got to work his way back.
Good.
And that's my whole thing with Arman too. Like, you got to take some accountability. Like, they gave you a title shot, you missed it. Yeah, to Dana's point, now you got to do some work, dude. And now Luke put here, then what's the point of rankings? Well, he's still the number one guy. He just fucked up. You can be the number one guy, but you're a fucking knucklehead and they don't trust you. John's the very best we have in the world. And even Dana's like, I don't trust to put him on the White House card. So the ranking has nothing to do with it. Yeah, he's the number one guy. Yeah, I get that. But he's an unreliable number one guy. We need reliable guys. So if the number two guy I can bank on and never misses, doesn't have a history of missing, he's going to leapfrog the number one guy. We put too much into it for number one to be flaky. These guys got to take some accountability. And also, I love Luke to death. He knows this. But when he was, then what's the point of rankings? Dude, you know what's up. You know Arman had a shot and then fucking missed it due to a weight cut and blamed it on back pain.
Back pain, yeah.
Like, there's going to be recourse for that. This is the recourse. This is it, dude. Oh, Dana doesn't like him. Nah, it has nothing to do with like. It's business. We gave you an opportunity. You missed it. You got to do some work. We're not saying he's never going to get a shot. We got to do some fucking work now, dude. That's how it goes. You're in the shit house. All good. Get out of the shit house. But I'm the number one guy. Yeah, we know. You're the number one guy that we gave a shot and missed it. So now we keep fucking moving. That's it.
So do you think, 2 fights? So he already won
one more
the last one?
One more fight.
Yeah. Just so you can trust him. This I thought was interesting too. This is apparently Trump talking about how many fights and what kind of fights will be on the White House card.
I don't think Trump knows fighting.
That's why I'm like, how the hell are you going to do this?
So Trump, his quote is, they're going to have 8 or 9 championship fights. The biggest fights they've ever had. Everyone's a championship fight. Everyone's a legendary type of fight. I don't know. That means they'll just blow their load on one card, and the rest of the year is going to suck cock.
But can you imagine having...
Because they do that over a course of 12 months.
Yeah.
You have championship fights damn near on every pay-per-view. So, it's... And they're not all championship fights, but they're high-ranked fights. To have all championship fights on one card, you're kind of blowing your load. Unless those guys win, the champs win, or whoever's the champion of those fights wins, and they're not that injured, then you can still book them rest of the year. But it's a risk, man. I just don't think, and maybe he does, maybe Dana told him that. We're going to have 9 championship fights.
That would be insane. If they can even wrangle up all of them to do it, that'd be insane. But that'd be awesome.
Yeah, when you think about it, they could do it.
So I think Sam Alvey was the heavyweight champion at Karate Combat, and remember that Roman, what the hell is his name? Dispel. Anyway, this dude, he used to fight, he barely fought in the UFC. Then he got cut, really recently. But he was a badass when he was doing Karate Combat. He won versus Sam Alvey, and I'll show the fight here.
Jesus.
Champion.
Wow.
Smiling Sam Alvey is frowning.
Alvey's out on his feet, and they don't stop the fight there.
He says he's okay.
Even his opponent's like, what are we doing?
I don't like the looks of this at all. Despain stalks his prey. Head kick. Alvey's down. Oh. Despain. Stop the fight. Ground and pound. Oh. And again, Alvey beckoned back to the feet, but his brain is on Mars right now. I'm not sure what the referee is needing to see. Oh, Jesus.
Went on for way too long. But yeah, Robellis Despain is his name.
I don't like that.
Yeah, a little too much.
That's crazy.
Alrighty. This one?
Love this fucking fight.
Yeah, it's official.
If I
That's
could
Strickland.
match up anything in middleweight division, this would be it. Fluffy versus Strickland, take my fucking money. Both cardio machines.
And it's a fight night, which is
such
great.
a good fucking fight. February 21st in Houston. Let's go, dude.
How
Great
far is
fight.
Houston? It's like 4 hours away from the start. 3?
3.5.
Never mind. And then Tyson Fury posted this recently. You know how he was retired for I don't know how long.
Dude.
He's done this a few times, right?
I love him to death. So it's a painting of him as a king. And he said that the king must return to his throne. There's a long and lonely road that only I can walk on, but after long and hard battles awaits immortality. God's fighting one-man army. The battle was won over 2,000 years ago by a man who goes by the name of Yes, sir. In his holy name, I march forward in 2026. I love him, so I'll watch.
Alrighty.
No one's retired and come out of retirement more than him.
Okay. That's the same one. This is also official now, too. Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira.
326?
Yeah, for BMF.
Mm-hmm.
You like that or you don't like that?
Anytime Max is fighting, take my money. Now it's free on Paramount, so take my eyeballs. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll take it. I'll say that. They announced Dan Hooker, BSD too.
Yeah. Benoit Saint Denis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is a great fight.
This is a rumor. I don't know if it's possible, but yeah, this is a rumor. Cyril Gane and Alex Pereira.
Rumors. Some say that Cyril Gane and Alex Pereira, this is such a good fight for Alex, may fight for interim heavyweight title. I assume that's at the White House. That's best case for Alex.
Yeah, of all the heavyweights, for sure.
Yeah. Don't have to worry about a takedown. Alex beats him, by the way.
Damn, that confident?
Yep. Yeah.
It'd be cool to see them standing next to each other to see how big the difference is. I don't know how much of a difference they'd be.
Cyril's a big fucking dude.
That's the thing.
He's a big dude, but Alex will have a speed advantage. The leg kicks are going to fuck with Cyril. Alex beats him. That's a best case scenario for Alex. As far as winning a heavyweight title, that's it. Straight striker, zero fucking grappling. Let's go.
Does he grapple at all?
Horrible grappling.
Yeah, okay.
Fucking horrendous grappling.
And at this stage of his career, if he's that bad, does he just constantly just focus on striking and just get better at striking?
Yep, that's it. And takedown defense. Like you tell us, takedown defense against Tom, it looked better. Tom had a horrible shot, but you can tell it's getting better. With Alex and Cyril, throw that out the window. That's just glorified striking match. Let's go.
In heavyweight too, that'd be pretty bad.
Alex should be all over that.
All right, I got one more here. Check this out. I don't know if you've ever experienced anything like this before, but this guy was celebrating his win and then passed out.
This is it. What he's out. He is out. Oh my God. What a
Those gloves are
finish.
sick.
This young man is an absolute superstar. How quick was that?
Oh, it's just all the blood rushed to him. So he's down there like really grimacing and like putting all his energy to that. Then popped up and the blood probably rushed to his head. And then he jumped up there and yelled. So it was like the perfect combination to pass the fuck out.
And he was also like dipping his head.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, fuck.
We see one though.
Yeah. That's pretty much all I got, dude.
Those were fun, man. You got a good fight night this weekend. It's actually, that was the last UFC pay-per-view on ESPN, but it's actually the last fight on ESPN. Brandon Royval, Cape. I don't think the winner of that's going to get our boy Joshua Van, but still, it's a big deal. Now that Pantoja's out of the picture for a little bit, it gives these guys hope.
Right on. Oh, your boy Neil. He's always fighting, dude.
Neil's always fighting. Get that bag, Neil. Yeah, terrible fight night, but it's the last one. It's a fight night for free, so watch it. Is that it, kids?
That's it.
All right. Love you guys. Be nice to each other. If you see me out there, say what's up, but that's it. Thanks for everything. Like, subscribe, do your thing. Love you guys. Be nice to each other. See you next time.